Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Something big is going down in Minneapolis. Multiple arrests happening right now. I want to show you something really quick here, guys. And some of these words could be a little disturbing. So again, forgive me for the words here, guys. So it says here, ICE is now tracking down and deporting Somali fraudsters in Minnesota despite objection from Tim Wont. Now, once again, there's been some reports coming out of welfare fraud, and it's been happening for years. There's been multiple indictments, and I did post a video over in my third channel. So it seems like Elon Omar, her name is written all over this too. So Elon Omar, Tim Waltz, you got some other people. It's just mind blowing. The money supposedly from 2020 that's supposed to go to like the school lunch for children and other stuff. Some of that money ended up going to other people's pocket. All right, so and then Elon Omar, she came out and said, "Well, I'm not aware of what happened to some of those money, but there's some disturbing things that's coming out from." That state, and we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. This is crazy. This is absolute mind-blowing. It goes to tell you that a lot of it's not only that, there's a lot of people out there in power. They take the tax and just supposed to go to the people, end up going to their pocket. So federal agents have cuffed a dozen people in Minneapolis since launching an enforcement operation this week, primarily focused on Somali, who living unlawfully in the U.S. But fewer than half of those detained are Somali. Once again, you have ICE said Thursday that agents have arrested 12. Of those, 6 are Mexican nationals, 5 are from Somalia, and 1 is from El Salvador. Minneapolis, St. Paul, which has the nation's largest Somali community, is the latest area targeted by the U.S. Commander-in-Chief Administration for mass deportation following operations in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's stop here for a second, guys. This is the reason why these blue states, this is the reason why these blue states don't want National Guards, because they've been doing some slick stuff, not years, but decades, all right? So a lot of things is coming to light, and it's just mind-blowing. Minneapolis, I read that part. So this week, immigration authorities have also arrived in New Orleans, where officials said they intend to arrest up to 5,000 people. Man. Wow. It's really going down. ICE, in a statement, ICE called the 12 people arrested some of the worst lawlessness illegal. 8 of them have been charged of convicting of crimes, including assault, fraud, domestic violence, and driving under the influence, according to ICE. But no! According to the blue, they're very good people. They're very good people. Unbelievable. Donald recently targeted Somali immigrant in public remarks, calling them... Okay, here's the thing, guys. This is something I don't agree. All right, people are not garbage. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if whatever. You're not garbage. That right there, I have to put my foot down on Donald. All right. So again, my apology goes out to the people of Somalia out there. you're not garbage. Again, everybody was made in the image of God. Okay, so there is a lot of Christians out there too in Somalia. So again, you guys are not garbage. All right, so uh, even Jesus Christ, he came from a porous area. All right, so he came like from one of those regions. He was not a rich man. Jesus was not rich. He was not, dressed in clean robe and drinking from a golden cup like the Pharisees and stuff like that. Jesus came from a very poor region, very poor region. I mean, the region was not that great. It was like the poorest of the poorest. All right, so once again, that right there, I have to put my foot down on Donald. I'm not gonna, agree on that. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, advertisements going nuts today. All right. So Donald recently targeted the Somali people in public remarks, calling them, you know what, and saying they contribute nothing. He also blamed Tim Wont for allowing alleged fraud in Gov programs to happen on his watch, which a conservative publication claimed was funneling money to a Somali militant group. Oh my goodness. This is bad. Just imagine Donnie. They probably did the same thing to him. That's why he became he won the race, the Marlboro race for New York mayor. That is again that's the blue. That's the blue for you. The blue is helping these people come to power. That's what it is. Unbelievable. Whew. Wow. This will be a massive arrest going on, which, again, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The crackdown has drawn intense criticism from local and state officials who have denounced the U.S. president rhetoric and pledged to protect the Somali community. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob says city police will not participate in federal immigration enforcement. Department of Homeland Security McLaughlin accused Frey and Watts of not enforcing immigration laws and endangering citizens. Woo! Man. They're basically telling the mayor and the governor, you guys are not protecting U.S. citizens. You guys have taken the money from them, and you helped that woman become one of the most powerful congresswomen out there, along with her friends. You guys committed fraud. You took the money. Again, then Elon Omar comes out, well, I don't know nothing about nothing, no money. And of course they know. They're all buddies. This is absolutely mind-blowing. They got busted. That's the reason why you have these governors and mayor. They don't want Donald sending the National Guards. It says here, yes, US ICE is currently conducting an operation primarily focused on the Somali with final deportation orders in the Minneapolis St. Paul area, which has the nation's largest Somali community. The operation is part of a broader, intensified immigration enforcement push by the Donald administration across several blue cities. They're shaking right now in their boots. They were busted. Caught. 2020, you guys know what happened in 2020. That again, things didn't add up in 2020. That's why most of these, the blue in 2020, they won. Again, a lot of these stuff was going on. Nobody was paying attention to Elon Omar when 2020 was hitting the fan. You guys know you had the BLM, you had all that crazy stuff going on, and you had again, it was just chaos. At the same time, they were doing all this slick stuff underneath our nose. It's just mind-blowing. Targeting. The operation primarily targets individuals who are in the U.S. unlawfully and have final orders of removal. Reports indicate agents are specifically seeking out those with these existing orders. Arrest. As of Thursday, December 5th, 2025, at least 12 have been cuffed in Minneapolis operation. Fewer than half of those cuffed were Somali nationals, 5 individuals, with the others being from Mexico and El Salvador. Deployment: roughly 100 federal officers and agents have been brought in from other parts of the country for the enforcement efforts. Here's another one. Concerns: the operation have caused significant fear and anxiety within the local Somali community. Local officials and immigrant advocates have raised concern about potential civil rights violations. Now it says here racial profiling and the possibility of U.S. citizens being mistakenly detained. Official statement. But here's the thing: as long as you have your documents, as long as you show that you proven to be here in the U.S., you should be all right. Official statement said a Department of Homeland Security spokeswoman stated that individuals are targeted based on their illegal status, not race or ethnicity, and that ICE is enforcing the nation's laws. The administration has also been using heated rhetoric against the Somali community in recent public statements. Once again, the rights group and local leaders in Minnesota are actively providing information and legal aid to the community. Resources regarding what rights are available. Okay, so we're gonna skip the rest of this. All right, so it's going down right now. You got multiple arrests, and boy, oh boy. It's just not looking good. Give me a second here, guys. I want to see if I can find any more information here. Fox News just dropped the bombshell news here. Another one seems like they were cuffed. There's Eli, and give me a second here. Breaking photos show Abdul, a Somali illegal convicted in the Minnesota fraud schemes, posing alongside Ilan Omar and Tim Walt. Once again, this person had orders for removal in 2004 and had prior conviction in Canada for asylum and welfare fraud. Wow. Yeah, go figure. You got vampires collecting Social Security, people from the age of 150 years old collecting Social Security. That is again, that is just crazy. That is absolutely crazy. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below on this one here, guys. At the same time, I want to bring this one up too. You got some stuff going down in multiple states, so breaking. Border Commander Greg is storming the streets of New Orleans with his men, and of course you got the blue is going nuts right now, and yeah, so that's happening in New Orleans. I'm sharing all these videos in my Twitter page if you guys want to check it out. Here's another one. He's in a league. You know what? Commander Barveno of CBP speaks to a detained individual outside a gas station in Kenner, Louisiana, as operation continues. All right, things are going down right now. You got some people in New Orleans, and they happy to see ICE. They are happy to see ICE. They're happy to see the Custom Border Patrol and stuff like that. But it seems like you have a small group of blue going cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. But it seems like everybody else are happy. They happy to see, help. BP, Commander Bovino, is getting huge praise from the Black Locust in New Orleans for his work. Okay. So, all these videos here will be shared on my Twitter page. Alright, so that's what's going on right now, guys. This is all the information here. And I will keep it updated when it comes to... Give me a second. So ICE is now cuffing these individuals in Minnesota. Abdul asylum request got denied because of the fraud on his record. He got temporary protected status for 10 years, despite an order for removal. And now it's over. And there's going to be some more arrests to come. But again, guys, this stuff been going on for decades in these blue areas. Go figure why they don't want Donald to send in the superheroes. Tim Watts is gonna have to answer to a lot of crazy stuff that he allowed in his state. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. And again, follow me in my third channel. I will be talking more about Ilhan Omar and many others. I mean, they just getting caught. Everything just being brought to light. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.